Hey guys, Tam here with Modern Agent Mastery, Legacy Mastermind, and HomeSmart Encore. I wanted to jump on today and talk a little bit about personal struggles. I know the holidays can be a really hard time for people. My entire family's sick right now. Like, I'm sick as a dog. So it just kind of reminded me that, being sick is really nothing. I know that there's a lot of people in our coaching group and in our mastery group that are going through struggles that far outweigh any common cold. So let's talk a little bit about struggles. Everybody in their lifetime goes through struggles. And for some people, I know myself included, it seems like whenever I take on a really big project, something that's going to expand my business or help me grow, it seems like that's just like the time. There's like a giant target, like, hey, now's the time for a major struggle to occur. So if you're feeling like that, just know that you're not alone. So I want to talk to you about three things. I want to talk to you about struggles. I want to talk to you about staying on track with your goals during the time of a struggle and why that's so important. And then I actually want to give you an exercise that you can start doing right now that will help kick you out of that struggle mindset and into a more gratitude mindset. So let's talk about struggles. Why is it so important to stay on track with your goals when you're going through a personal hardship or a time of struggle? The reason is because it's not necessarily the struggle that can knock us down. Yes, the struggle can seem really hard and whatever you're dealing with can seem overwhelming, but really what it is during the course of going through a personal hardship or struggle, if you do not stay on track with your personal goals, what you lose is yourself. You lose that part of you that was whole and complete, and that's what really hurts us. What a lot of people don't realize is we as human beings, we are made up of all of our different parts. We're made up of our family, of each and every one of our friends. We're made up of our hobbies. We're made up of our work, our goals, our children, the things that we love. All of those things make us who we are. And so when we stop doing those things, when we stop going to the gym, when we stop reading our book, when we stop working on our financial goals, when we stop working on our business goals, each of those things that we stop doing is a piece of ourself that we lose and that we take away from ourselves. So that's why it's so important that if you're going through a personal hardship or a struggle, that you stay on task as much as possible. Stick even harder to those goals, because that might be the only thing that gives you a little bit of peace and solace during that time of struggle, is actually having something to focus on that makes you feel good. And also it'll help alleviate the stress of the people around you also, because when your family and friends see that you're going through a hardship and that you're really struggling, they feel guilty and they feel sad for you and they want to help you. So the best thing that you can do for them is to stay on track, because that takes a little bit of the weight off of their shoulders as well. So let's talk about an exercise that you can actually do to make yourself feel better. Now, I want to give him credit. The first place that I saw this was Tony Robbins. He calls it, I think it's the heart breath exercise. I'm sure you can Google it and find more information. I'm going to post a link in the comments. It's a more scientific little website that you can go on that actually explains the link between the heart waves and the brain waves. And the concept is that really the brain is controlled by the heart. So when the heart is beating erratically or out of control, or when you're having stress or anxiety, that's the signal and that's the message that it's giving to the brain. So the brain waves are going to be erratic and out of control. You're going to have anxiety and stress. So what you can do to control your heart is you can control your breath. So there's an exercise called the heart breath exercise, and what you do is you actually put your hands over your heart and breathe deeply and really focus on breathing into your heart. Visualize the air coming into your heart and out of your heart, and make sure that you can feel your heartbeat. And what you want to do, you can do this in the morning. I am not a morning person, and so when I first found this exercise, I used to use it every morning before I got out of bed, and it seems like a miracle, because it really does. It resets your brainwaves and it puts you into a different thought pattern. So for me, it would help me actually jump out of bed and not feel that like, I don't want to get up kind of a feeling. So you put your hands over your heart, you breathe deeply in and out through your heart, and you really focus on your heartbeat. How many of you, how long has it been since you've actually just put your hands on your chest and felt your heart beat and expressed some kind of appreciation or gratitude for the fact that you have a heart, and for as long as it's beating, you're actually alive? So that's the concept of it. You want to put your hands over your heart, close your eyes, breathe deeply in and out through your heart, and then you want to bring in memories of things that you're grateful for. Your kids, your dogs, a moment of your life that made you proud, a moment that made you feel sexy, a moment that made you just absolutely laugh out loud. And that's called emotional stacking. And so the combination of the emotional stacking, which puts you into a mindset of gratitude, with breathing for about 3 or 4 minutes, what actually happens is your heartbeat will synchronize with your brain waves. And so as you calm your heart rate down, and what you want to do with that breathing is you want to breathe in and out at a really slow, controlled pace. Now the pace needs to be the same up and the same down, and that's what is the optimum way to actually control your breathing and to control your heart rate and to actually change your brain waves. So after about 3 or 4 minutes, your brain waves will actually synchronize with your heartbeat. So no matter what kind of a mood you're in, whatever you're experiencing, it's going to change, because the way that you feel in your mind is delegated by the way that you are breathing and the way that your heart is beating. So I hope you guys try this. I hope it really helps you out. Try it at least once, because it's scientific and it's fact, and it really, really works. And if you're struggling just to get through your days, this is something that's going to immediately bring you relief. I hope you enjoyed this. Talk to you soon.